Ford adopts Tesla charging standard to gain access to supercharging
Yeah, this is
networks.
huge. This is huge network in the
Massive.
US.
So.
So
Well, okay, you go. I'll ask
well,
you
I
a
think
question at the end.
it's amazing. It's great for Ford. Ford has jumped on this, and it means that now the Fords that will be built in the future will have access to the Tesla supercharging network, and I think that's been a massive benefit that Tesla have had in the US.
We were talking about that.
And also, they'll now be Fords will be rocking up to Tesla superchargers and seeing all the Teslas as well. It might actually increase the sales of Teslas if the Fords go there and go, these Tesla things look good. But I think the key bit here, the exciting bit here, well, not necessarily exciting. The interesting bit is the fact that the Fords will adopt the NACS
That is the big one. For me, that is the big one.
charging port, which is the port that the Tesla designed
Only
for.
for America. Only for
Yeah,
America.
only
That is
America. Yeah,
that is so backwards. Like, are you for real? Okay,
yeah,
yes. Because but for those that would watch us from anywhere else, here in Australia and most places around the world, Tesla does not use that plug. They use the
yes.
regular what is it, CCS2?
Yeah, so Type 2 is the part of it, mainly for like most chargers, and then CCS2 is the fast charging plug, where it's got Type 2 at the top and then two little plugs at the bottom to do the fast charging.
Right
And
here.
so that's what all cars in Australia have. We have a standard here where it can either be that or CHAdeMO, and which
But
is for
no,
like
only the
Nissan
Leaf uses
Leafs.
CHAdeMO.
That's it. Yeah, which it should go away. We should have a standard of just that rather than both, which that's a whole chat we should talk about as another point. But yeah, in Australia, Teslas can't use their own standard because we have a standard here. America doesn't have such a thing, and yeah, so that's it. I guess there are some benefits to it, like the actual the port that goes into the car is a lot smaller than the Type 2 port. But it's also in America, because a lot of the charging network is older. There's a lot of Type 1, which is huge.
Yep.
And so if you're looking at a Type 1 versus a Tesla charger, there's like a massive difference in size. And I think
There's
that, yeah,
also, well, a lot of people complain not only about that, but also about the reliability. So let's say that you need to charge somewhere, and you can see in the map that there's 3 or 4 chargers, and they are not Tesla superchargers. And what they are saying is that they usually, I saw this with some YouTuber. Was it Marquis Brownlee or one of these ones? And they were saying the biggest, it may have been Ryan Shaw, that one of the biggest problems is that you stop there and you realize that 3 out of the 4, or even 4 out of the 4, aren't working. And that's one of
yeah,
the biggest ones with Tesla supercharging, that you can actually almost be certain that they are working 90% of the time, because they are very reliable and they get fixed and looked after very, very well. While the other ones,
yeah.
anyone and their uncle can go and install one in the house and, wherever they want. And,
That's what's massive is the Tesla supercharging network has a reputation for being super reliable, and I think that's going to really help. Like any Ford driver that now can use that network is going to have a much better experience than those that can't. And so, yeah, it's very exciting. The fact there's also, like, combined with this, Tesla have opened up with their sort of magic dock is that you can charge other cars on the Tesla supercharger network, where it'll sort of has a little adapter in the charger. And yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people are kind of confused by this because it seems like a massive advantage for Tesla to have this, but at the same time, they're actually pushing things forward. But there's another reason. Another reason is that they get federal money from the US government by opening up their network to other chargers and other cars, and
yeah,
that's another huge
that would be, yeah,
motivation.
of course. Of course. Although they say that there's no love lost between Joe Biden and Elon Musk. Apparently, they don't like each other very much. There's this really famous thing that Joe Biden did, this thing that invited every single electric car manufacturer, main mogul, and didn't invite Elon Musk, which sounds
Yes.
a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely some hate there for sure. There's definitely some
Well,
bad blood.
Elon Musk is right leaning, although I don't think it's completely right, but he's right leaning, and obviously, political interest.